Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager. It's episode 24. Another World Tour 280 level tournament, and Kostenseva comes in as one of the lowest seeded or lowest ranked players present in the tournament. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Last time we did one of these, she lost right away in the first round. She's up against the 77th ranked player. We'll see how she does with this one. They've never played head to head. And she comes out the loser, so 5-7, 1-6. So these 280 tournaments are a bit over Kostenseva's head at this point in time. Kostenseva doing some light training this week. She was a bit fatigued as well as her constant morale issue that she has. So light training. We'll see if she progresses, though, as it was focused. I haven't gotten to the end of the week just yet. But Ita claims a title in a Rookie 50 tournament, so good for her. And Kostenseva does level up. She brings her footwork up a level. Good development in her return and agility as well this week. End of July, and we have a World Tour level 80 tournament, that is. And this is kind of that new mark where we're trying to establish ourselves in a competitive nature. We haven't won one of these yet. So let's see if Kostenseva can come out on top. Ita is here as well. Actually, she got a wild card invite for this one. And looks like the two would see each other in the quarterfinal if they both happen to make their way that far. Tight first round. 6-4, 7-5, but it is a win for Kostenseva. As we enter the quarterfinals, it's Elena Ita, as in it's another head-to-head matchup. Third time the two have played each other in just a couple, 2 or 3 months now. So pretty short stretch for them to come up against each other this many times, but we have similar scheduling patterns, not identical scheduling patterns, but similar enough that the two keep finding each other in similar tournaments and similar success rates, and so they are going to head to head on a fairly often basis at the moment. Kostenseva has come out ahead both of the last 2 times we've played, and 5 out of 6 all time that the two have faced each other. For today, it's another Kostenseva win, 6-2, 6-3. No aces for Kostenseva, just 1 for Ita. That's a surprise. 29-19 on the winners. Unforced error is very low, 8, but 18 for Ita. Skipping ahead to the final, it is a tournament victory, though a close final match, 7-6, 7-5. 2 aces is all she managed, but 38 winners. 26 unforced errors. She does just enough to stay on top and see her way through to the tournament victory. And as I was saying a little bit ago, I believe this is her first at this level, at the 80 level. Big news today, folks. Kostenseva has qualified for the U.S. Open in New York. Yes, she will be a participant in the tournament. Even if she gets knocked out right up front, it's going to be a pretty nice payout. Of course, Ann Lowell also qualifying for that same tournament. Ita earned a respectable invite to a 900 level tournament, the Cincinnati Open. She got knocked out in the very first round, but it still ends up paying out $4,000. Ann was at the same tournament. She only got 1 round further, and that brought in $4,000. So, and then Kostenseva, no matter what we do, every week, rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom. She just reacts so negatively to everything. We need her to see some natural development in her confidence, composure, killer instinct, and fighting spirit. One more big level up that'll get, a +3 to those 4 attributes. Still, we'll probably see her struggle, but maybe we can get her out of that rock bottom mark at some point. She's just really struggling in the mental department. She has not figured that out. 17 years of age, though, there will be natural progression. The physicals are definitely coming along. It's all between 10 and 15, but we're continuing to push that department, obviously, in terms of training. That's my area. That's my strength that can help her out. The positioning as well, the anticipation, we want to develop that. The technical attributes are definitely coming on, having a technical coach now, but that's never my direct focus. She's got power, but she doesn't have much skill otherwise. I mean, she's 13 across the board in all the power skills, but it's the accuracy part that she definitely needs work on. But as we don't have the greatest coaching through there, kind of stuck. But you can see right now we're in a stretch of every other week is a tournament, and then we're getting some training weeks in between. So So that's good. Her Palmares is looking pretty good. Weeks at top 1. Maybe that's not counting first pro season. Okay. But she's got 3 tournament titles. One to each of these. Those are the big ones, I suppose. But yeah, that international 80, that was her first win there. So that's now her biggest career achievement. Regular training week for Kasanseva, netting big results, agility, huge gain, speed, significant gain, and another level, this time to focus, coming up to 13. Big news, folks. The business center upgrade complete. Now we bring in $37,000 a month, which is more than our monthly expenses. So now we actually are earning a profit just from our infrastructure. And speaking of our infrastructure, a little surprising because I did expect to see a larger jump, considering we were at 420 for the last upgrade, 600,000, which we have right off the bat. So we're going to immediately push towards level 5 in the business center. This one is going to take 8 months to complete. Our revenues per month is going to jump by 40K. So we're going to go up to 77,000 a month. Oh, that is so nice. That's really going to start churning out big bucks for us. We're not going to need to focus about players for a while with that because the revenue is going to start coming in quite quick. And that's going to also kind of put us in a position where I think we can at least get the first levels for the scouting center, the medical center, maybe even the next sports center upgrade, though that one's a little more expensive, happening quite quickly because that's going to generate significant income for us every single month. We skipped straight forward to the quarterfinal of another World Tour 80 tournament. This time, though, things started well, 6-4, but then we lose 5-7, and then lose in a tiebreaker 6-7, and got manhandled in the tiebreaker with just 1 point scored. 58 total winners, totally dominant there, but 49 unforced errors, where our opponent was fairly consistent with just 14 errors. We really gave this one away, even though we were the better player. So out in the quarterfinals, we will not win this one. Junior 300 for Ita. She makes it to the finals, but she does lose there. But that's still going to help her raise her profile again. We need to get her firmly into that top 8 for the end of the season to make the finals tournament. We don't want her to be 8th, though. Ideally, we want her to be 7 or maybe 5 or 6. We don't want her to be 8 because then she potentially goes up against the number 1 seed. We want to avoid that if possible. Kasanseva continuing to rock things. She gains another attribute point in training this week with work on return. Her agility also approaching level 11. Made it into the U.S. Open, both with Kasanseva and Ann Lowell, neither one coming in as a seeded player. Let's see if we can get out of the first round. Best of 5, and we cannot. 4-6, 6-4, 4-6, 3-6 as we go down. 64 total winners, but again, 51 unforced errors. Just cannot clean it up enough. That's where she's going to really need some develop. We're picking up some of the other areas right now, and we're getting a little natural development out of that with our trainer, and not altering the training, but just adding in some focused physical training. Those physicals are almost to a point, another 6 months or so, I would think, where we can really start focusing on the technical side of things. But it's still a good year away, I think, before Kasanseva is going to truly be any sort of contender who can maybe get into the top 50 of the rankings or so. And only made it as far as the round of 64, but that still provides a decent payout. I've had a couple of these negative events, but I've never had a positive one until now. Our business center upgrade, the one that we actually just started, 20 days less. So positive turn in things where they got some work done faster than planned, and now they're ahead of schedule. They were both close anyway, but speed and reflexes both seeing a level up for Kasanseva this week, and that's post-tournament training, which normally is pretty minor in terms of the results that you get out of that. So well done on that as she picks up 2 more points. I was wondering what might happen, and here is the results. By getting into the US Open proper, the senior tournament, Kasanseva, who was registered for the junior championships in New York, she's out. So one replaces the other, which does make sense. It is logical that you can't play in both tournaments, even though they're in the same city and they're a week apart. Still, it does make sense that if you qualify for the senior tournament, you should not be able to play in the junior tournament. So Kasanseva will not be able to go for that junior title. Meanwhile, we'll be rooting for Ita to see how she does, and then we'll be wrapping this episode up. So I'm going to have you sit with me, and we'll watch as she wins her first round of 64. She wins her second round. Third round, quarterfinal, semifinal. She's into the final, and we'll find out in the male. How does she do? Finalist. Beaten in the final. That's still a good result for her. So Ita, well done, but not a win. That's the kind of points she needs, though, to go forward. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.